Hey folks, and welcome to the Truck King YouTube channel. Recently there was huge news in the world of electric pickup trucks when Ram revealed this. This is the upcoming Ramcharger. It is a range extended electric truck, and when we dropped our news video on it, we got a ton of comments, most of which were questions. So in this video, I want to go through a bunch of those comments and try to answer all of the biggest questions that you folks had about the Ramcharger. We're going to clarify a few things, and we'll probably argue about a few things too, so make sure you stay tuned. Real quick, a refresher on this upcoming Ramcharger. This thing uses two electric motors to produce 663 horsepower, 615 pound-feet of torque, and it can make the jump from 0 to 60 in just 4.4 seconds. Ram says that there is a 92 kilowatt-hour battery pack on board, and when that thing is charged and you have a full tank of gas, the overall range on this Ramcharger comes in at 690 miles. So that's a serious amount of range, and yes, just like any other truck on the road, you can stop at the gas station and fill it back up. First question was simply, what do we actually call this thing? Isn't it just a plug-in hybrid, or do we call it an electric truck? Which one is it? Well, now I can clarify for you. This is what you call a series hybrid, or you can call it an electric vehicle with a range extender. Either one works, and many people in the comments simply said, well, it's a hybrid because it uses electricity and gasoline. And while that is technically true, you do have to be specific and say that it's a series hybrid, because there's also a parallel hybrid. And what is the difference? Well, in a series hybrid, the gas engine or the internal combustion engine never directly powers the wheels. A series hybrid, the gas engine simply charges the batteries, which then uses that electricity or sends that electricity to the electric motors, and that powers the wheels. So that is how this Ramcharger works. The V6 will never directly power the wheels, which means we can call it a series hybrid, you can call it a range extended EV, but you can't just call it a hybrid, and it's also not a plug-in hybrid vehicle. Although technically, and yes, this is sort of semantics, but technically it works the exact same as a plug-in hybrid. You plug it in at home, and then you can use up that battery, the electrons in the battery, to drive around, and when they're gone, it'll switch over to gas power. So on the surface, it's the same as a plug-in hybrid, but underneath the skin, that one fundamental difference means that we can't call it that. You either call it a series hybrid or a range extended EV. The next most common comment we got was about the price, and folks are expecting this to be an expensive truck, and I can't disagree with that, especially here shown in the tungsten trim. This is a ultra luxury truck, and I can only imagine that the price tag will be somewhere around $100,000, because frankly that's where most of these luxury trucks are priced these days. But I do have a little bit of good news. In the media kit, Ram also shared these photos showing us a Ramcharger Tradesman. So that is a basic version of the Ramcharger. Now, once again, I don't have any prices to share, but at least we can confirm that Ram will build a basic version of this truck, because yes, in a work application, the electric motors should work well for towing and hauling, and then finally there's no more range anxiety. So I can see this truck being popular among fleet and some work customers. So hopefully, folks, this truck will actually be affordable in tradesman trim. Next up, we had a bunch of comments about weight, and also the fact that the Ramcharger will have a 2,625 pound payload limit. So some commenters were saying, how can the payload be so good on a heavy truck? And one commenter even pointed out that this Ramcharger has 8 lug hubs, so hey, maybe there'll be a 3/4 ton version in the future. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but this is the 3/4 ton version. So a lot of these electric trucks, the Ford F-150 Lightning included, the GVWR has been pushing above 8,500 pounds, which technically makes them Class 2B trucks, which are 3/4 ton trucks. That's how this thing is able to have such a good payload rating, is the GVWR is probably closer to 10,000 pounds, and that allows for the overall weight of the truck to be higher, and then for you still to have that extra payload on top of it. So it's an interesting thing that's happening in the world of trucks right now. It's also happening with a lot of 3/4 ton trucks. They have GVWRs over 10,000 pounds, but we're still calling them 3/4 tons. So the GVWR classifications behind the scenes are actually kind of changing with our trucks, but sort of, still on the dealership floor, this Ramcharger will still be considered a 1/2 ton and compared to other 1/2 ton trucks. And finally, the last comment that I kept seeing over and over is just people who are saying thank you to Stellantis and to Ram for offering a solution that will actually work for consumers. We have plenty of electric trucks now. We have more on the way, from Ram included. Ram is still going to sell the all-electric Rev next to the Ramcharger, but this is the first time in the world of pickup trucks and electric trucks that we have an option to put gasoline into an electric truck. And I'm actually surprised at that. I've been saying this for, I feel like, 2 years now. The plug-in hybrid pickup truck market has just been waiting for someone to step into it, and finally we have Ram. Not the way I expected. I figured they would have taken the plug-in hybrid powertrain from the Pacifica and brought it over to the Ram, because that's a true plug-in hybrid, but no, they decided to make the electric truck and then add a range extender. So it's an interesting sort of take on a plug-in hybrid truck. But either way you look at it, this is finally a truck that can run on both gasoline and on electrons. And if it is first to market, and it's looking like it will be, it'll be really interesting to watch its success and see if this idea really takes hold in the marketplace. Well, folks, we have come to the end of this video, and now I need to hear more from you. Hopefully I clarified a few things, but please tell me, what do you think about Ram's decision? Was it the right call to go with the range extended EV or the series hybrid, or should they have gone with the classic plug-in hybrid setup? From my perspective, I'm just happy to see that we finally have a pickup truck that has a plug-in, and I can't wait to see how the market responds. But like I said, please go in the comments, let me know what you think. While you're down there, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member, and then come right back here to Truck King to see what we're testing next.